Hi everybody. I hope this is working. I've tested it. The sound, everything worked for me a moment ago. But if you are watching this and you notice that the sound, it's not very good or it's not working at all, please let me know. Right now, I want to talk about the painful experiences we go through in our lives, okay? Sometimes life throws some pretty hard things at us. And lately I've just noticed as I've been talking with people, how many times people have said to me, well, I'm just broken. I'll never be okay again. Nothing about my life has ever been okay. I've never recovered. This has destroyed me. I've lost everything. And they just feel broken inside. I'm seeing it on Facebook posts a lot of just, I'm broken. And that is so powerful. What we don't understand, very few people, no one tells us this, is what happens to us is hard, and it can be defining in our lives, but it's not what happens to us. It's what we choose to tell ourselves about what happened, how we need to be really careful. Today I wanted to just make a few things clear. If you've been through something hard, if something bad has happened to you, especially a betrayal, anything that's just broke your heart, remember, you are not that experience. It's just an experience. Don't let the experience define you, okay? So, because that's what people will do, they let it just run all over their lives, all right? So you are not that experience. When something happens to you, remember, it's not the experience, it's what you tell yourself about it. So you need to be really, really careful on what you decide that experience is going to mean to you and how you're going to handle it and how are you going to define yourself because of it. So if something bad happens, all it is an experience, and it's valuable. When something crappy happens, you look at that experience and you can use it, and you can decide, oh, this must mean I'm a failure. This must mean my life is going to be terrible forever. I'll never be okay. My family won't be okay. My life is ruined. If you say those things to yourself, it's going to be 10 times harder to heal that experience. If something happens, the first moment it happens, when I go through something and it's bad and I'm all shaky and I'm upset, I come home and I immediately get by myself. And I sit back and I reflect and I say, okay, because I know now you have to be careful what you're going to tell yourself about the experience. So if you use it as a tool, that's all the experience is it's a tool. It's a tool to let you look at it and say, okay, this is who I am not and what I don't want. And so it helps you to get really, really clear on what you do want now. And so if you write down everything, I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want people talking to me like this. I don't want to be treated like this. And write your list of, if it's really bad, like maybe your spouse cheated on you, maybe you've been abandoned, maybe you feel completely destroyed. I mean, life throws some pretty crazy stuff our way, but whatever it is, you can still write down. I don't want someone who yells at me every day. I don't want to be scared of my life. I don't want to be scared of talking to people. I don't want to walk around feeling a chip on my shoulder that everyone's going to betray me and talk about me and leave me or whatever it is. Write down everything you feel. Use that experience to help you just get it out. What sucked about it? Write it all down, and then when you have that clear, you can look at it and say, okay, what's the opposite of that? Well, I want to be loved and valued everywhere I go. And start writing that down. I want to be in a loving relationship. I want to feel safe in my life. I want to feel successful. I want to know I can do it. I want to feel empowered. Sometimes, however you frame that experience, if it helps you to release the parts of you that don't believe you can have it, because I can hear all the objections when I say, oh, I'm loved and valued everywhere I go. I heard a lot of this in the energy field. I say heard it, but I perceived it, I guess. A lot of, yeah, right, nobody's going to be that nice to me. People aren't loving. People are horrible. And if you believe that, then that will be your experience, because those thoughts create magnetics in your field that give you those experiences. And that's why when something awful happens, that's feedback. That lets you know what you believe about the world. And so when you're trying to write something positive down, like, okay, this is what I want now, then pay attention. If there's a lot of thoughts going on in the back of your mind, like, yeah, right, people are horrible to me. And it's going to be hard because it will feel true. Yeah, people are horrible to me because somebody probably was just horrible to you. And that's probably why you're feeling broken. And so what's challenging about this is you have to put your focus on a different experience. And that's hard because the experience you just went through was horrible and it was real and it happened. But if you keep yourself there and then define your life as, I'm broken, everybody treats me horrible, I can't trust people, then you're just going to kind of spiral in that and you won't be able to get out of that painful experience. It will pull you down. And so the best way to unplug from it is decide what you don't want, focus on what you do want, and unplug from that experience. Literally imagine the experience as a power cord plugged into it. You close your eyes and visualize that you are unplugging and you are moving on, and that this is what you're going to choose now, and let that define you. Don't let that painful experience be your life. You are not broken. It's just an experience and you will get through it. You unplug from the pain and get your focus on where you're going now. And I know that sounds so simple. It sounds like, well, yeah, cliche almost. It's the doing of it is a little bit tricky because all inside you're going to have a lot of arguments in your soul that say, I've been hurt, I've been beat, I hate people. That's the part you have to just, you hear it. Yes, that's been another experience, probably lots of them that you didn't know how to unplug from. So if you can unplug now, the more you can unplug and focus on where you're going, the better you're going to feel. It's just about getting control of your focus and not letting it become your identity. So it's a lot of rambling. I'm sorry. I've heard this and I thought I wanted to say something while I was thinking about it. And so I'm in a different space than I usually am. I've created a new office here, so I don't even have my pictures up. I'm just getting used to being in here. I'm excited to have my own space. So anyway, I'm just letting you know. And if you have any questions or you have anything you'd like to see talked about here, put it in the comments because I'm happy to hear from you anytime. So I hope you're all doing well and happy Valentine's Day. I hope you have fun plans tonight. I'll be talking to you soon.